And we're underway. And my God, Rowley got such a good start that I'm going to assume he's got a drive-through because there's no way he got that such a good start. And as Williams comes crashing into the side of Beck there,
Oh.
I think that was Gibbo, and then there's a McLaren in the background. They clearly didn't listen to my driver's brief when I said no lunatics into turn one. But yeah, a couple of drivers already feeling it. There's Morton gone down the order, and so has Blackwell as well. Lots of positions changing at the moment. There's a yellow flag, so it's a Ferrari that's gone. So it's Beck, who may have taken damage after the contact with the Williams. But these front three have already broken away. Rowley P1, Hamilton P2, and Darvill P3. So Darvill's lost a couple of positions there. But I don't believe that he hasn't got a drive-through penalty. That was such a good start from Rowley.
I don't know where that came from, so I'm expecting to see him dive into the pits at any second. It did look like there was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That start, I'm expecting that a lot of people would join. No, just putting that extra bit of risk in, and it just did not pay off.
I'm surprised Hamilton's been able to jump Darvill on the same tyre compound. I mean, Darvill's going to retake the positions here as he's got lower wings. Hamilton's going to try and look back at taking that position, but I think just compromise his line in the end. But Rowley looks like he's just trying to drive off right now. The Rowley on pad, maybe he got a bit of a pad start. Yeah, it's Gibbo coming into the pits. He's had to come into the pits because I think he absolutely obliterated his front wing there. Blake's in the pits as well, so's Hacking. So's more. So they've got a few drivers in the pits there, but no retirements as of yet, as Blackwell gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
That pit entrance, I think, is going to catch a few people out on this one because it's a lot sooner than you expect it to be.
Yeah, so now we're getting all the timings coming up. Gap between Rowley and Darvill is massive, so that tyre compound advantage is massive. Maybe Rowley just have the pace and just didn't show it in qualifying, or those mediums are just much better than the hards. Hamilton's already being gapped by Darvill, so I have to see if Darvill can reduce the gap to Rowley. On board with a driver that's absolutely cropped is Schramper, who was P15, I think he qualified in. He's now up to P6.
You can't say fairer than that, can you?
Brilliant start there. He's got Marino right behind, who looks like he's looking to get by. But a good start for the AGC drivers as well. You know, bit of good news, P8 and P9.
Cannot argue with that.
Walters went from P17 to P8, so he's got up 9 positions off the start, and actually jumped his teammate as well. So obviously took advantage of the carnage ahead of him. As that's Rowley setting another fastest lap of the race, quickly followed by Darvill setting the fastest lap of the race. So Darvill is approaching on Rowley. Rowley's tried to use the fresh compound and maybe a bit of ERS to get away. He's not coming for a drive-through yet, so I don't think he got a drive-through, and he just had an amazing start.
That was quite spectacular then if you managed to pull that off.
Caravan and Beck having a little bit of a battle there. Caravan is a bit squiggly out of the turn 2. But Beck has moved past him, and there's a position for the lead there as Rowley's gone into a spin. Not sure if that was an overtaking move or if he's just lost it on his own, but Rampton's going to go another position up to P5. And Corey's up to P4 as well. So as you were saying about the poor quality session from Corey, but he's yeah, he's recovered well. And I think that's Rowley letting Marino pass as well, so he might have a bit of damage. As Hacking is a 5-second penalty speeding into the pit lane, so he's also suffered a bit of wing damage.
Yeah, if people don't take those penalties, we could see them playing a big effect right toward the end.
On board with this fight now, Caravan at the back of this chain, and Beck looking to get past Burton with the DRS activated. It looks like it could happen. Oh, sorry, is DRS? Yeah, DRS is activated, but you can see that red flashing light. That means that he's used up all of his DRS. He's in the last 10% he's harvesting, so it won't be as effective as it would be. And Burton just getting pulled along by Walters there, so Beck not able to get the move done.
Yeah, all three of those drivers are also on the medium compound, so we could see them hitting at the same time as well, so this could become quite a nice train for them.
And it seems like both AGC drivers actually in a bit of a battle there. And it looks like the Ferrari's going to try and chance it around the inside. Doesn't get the move done. But Vernon now moves up ahead of Walters.
It was nothing but a bit of friendly team competition.
Yeah, do you think you let him by, or do you think there was a guy? I don't know what goes on with you. Do you team orders, or do you just let him fight?
The team order is stay out of the barriers.
So that's happened. Beck has got the move done on Walters, and Charavan fancies his chances as well, and maybe going to go for the move on the Ferrari. Both of them have DRS, but Sanjay's got the advantage of not harvesting. Gets pushed out to the side. Can't keep it around the inside. Looks like Beck is going to hold on to P8.
He is, and that was well fought back there.
I'm going over to Howard now. He is attacking Corey. Going to have DRS, and it should be an easy move on this straight. DRS activated. Yeah, Corey doesn't even go defensive. He knows there's not really much he can do about that one. Maybe go for the cutback, but Howard has moved up into P3.
You really have to set yourself up to get the cutback and coming into this section of corners.
I will say, so far, this track has been relatively entertaining. It's the first time the Intercorp Championship has been around this track. It's the first year that it's been in the game. Watching this battle between Schramper and an Aston Martin that is going sideways, and Schramper just knocks the end of the Aston Martin and takes a bit of end plate damage. And it looks like Vernon's going to try and get past Schramper now. Schramper with the wing damage is going to struggle around that section. Forces what was to take the runoff. But Schramper just being eaten up now, and looks like Vernon moved up into P5, but he's got Beck right behind him, and it looks like Beck's going to get the move done as well. Charavan also sensing blood in the water, or the bay, I should say, and going to go for Schramper as well. Not going to get the move done. Maybe around the outside now. Breaks much later. Side by side, a little bit of contact between the tyres. But Schramp holds in that position for now. I think he'll box it into this lap though, because especially through this section, he is suffering with that wing. It's a bit
You are definitely going to be. Yeah, you are definitely going to be feeling it through that section. Ooh, another yellow flag. That's all clear now.
And Charavan has got the move done, and that is going to be Walters following through as well. Definitely a very entertaining track. I actually don't have enough cameras for the amount of battles going on, and Walters just gets runs into the side pod of Schramper there, and then Walters into a spin. Schramper's comes into the box. That's unfortunate for Walters.
It is. He was doing so well.
He is. It's not over yet. Still 24 laps left to go.
And as has been proven many times in this series, anything can happen.
And we have a retirement, and that's brought out the safety car. I don't know if that's virtual safety car or full-on safety car. As in classic fashion, the safety cars caused my graphic to crash.
Something that you've got to take on the chin.
Safety car is coming in this lap, so that's not going to work out well for Vernon. And they're going to get underway. Darvill leads the way. P1 and holds it into the first corner. Caravan is going to follow as best he can. But I expect Darvill to break the DRS in 1 to 2 laps. It seems like maybe Moore was involved in that as well, as he's in the pits. Was it Alpine? Is it an Alpine on the start-finish straight? It's had an issue as well, so it looks like Rally's had an issue as well. Greeno has just jumped across that final point scoring position. He's up to P10 now.
Riley was serving the drive-through. It doesn't look like it's counted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It didn't look like he was actually going through the pit lane. What's the drama there? And that is... what am I looking at? I'm looking at a Ferrari with a Red Bull behind him.
That's Beck.
It's Beck, yeah. So it's a Beck Corey. I was looking where we were with Gibber just behind. You see all tight going through this section. Hamilton and Chavan have actually sort of broken away a little bit now.
They have. Can they
Behind?
keep
That's just
it?
the difference in compound. That's what it is. I mean, Beck's obviously on the hard tyres. We saw it at the start of the race. And absolutely flew by. And that's Corey and Gibbo going side by side. And Gibbo's going to get the move done on Corey. Moves up into P5. And that's Blake, who's in P7. So he's had a brilliant race so far. He just needs to hold it. I don't want him to do anything dangerous because I do want the RAC to get some points on the board. Looking for the move on Corey as well. But thinks better of it.
No, you really do sort of pick your battles on this one, and I think pulling out there and just getting it in the right position for attack into this next section will be his best bet.
9 laps left to go. Darvill still leading. I'm actually going to go on board with Caravan right now and see what his ERS state is looking like. Obviously, trying to stay with Darvill. He's used about half his battery right now to try that, but it looks like Darvill's already broken that DRS. With more battery as well.
I've also just noticed that Werner's gone onto the softs.
Could be trying to steal the fastest lap point. That's available to anyone, any of the 20 drivers, not just the top 10, like they do in real F1. But it looks like Gibbo is getting ready to set a move up on Beck. Don't think DRS isn't activated yet. It should be activated this lap. Is he going to do it with no DRS? Doesn't look like he's able to. And Hamilton is staying with Charavan. DRS has now been enabled. So Darvill's done well. He's got the fastest lap once again. And has broken that DRS as well, which is crucial. And Howard has come into the pit, so I'm not sure if he got wing damage there. Would be interesting, or maybe you just realised those hards that you just get eaten up by all those drivers, but it would have come into it towards the end, I reckon. I reckon he would have been faster towards the end, but he decided to box.
Which, he's got 8 laps left, so this will be his last-ditch attempt, so I think it was the right time for him to box in there. Maybe a lap earlier might have been more beneficial, but
I would say if Blakey secures a P7 here, that'll be crucial points in the battle to not be last in the Interforce Championship. Oh, he looks for a move on Corey then. Does the classic Corey move, to be honest. Gets back underway though. He does give him a bit of a bump, but doesn't take the position.
He out-Corey'd Corey.
But crucially because of that, neither of them are back in Gibbo anymore, so they've just kissed P5 goodbye. And that's Rowley, it's a 5-second time penalty for feeding into the pit lane, and he is retired. Which I don't blame him. It's been a difficult race for him. He did try to take the fastest lap point before that's happening. He does have the fastest lap, whether or not he keeps that, unless Cross and Burnham can do anything on the softs, or a medium runner has got it in him. That is Rowley's day done. 5 laps to go now.
I think so. The field has started to spread out that little bit more. I think between Charavan and Hamilton, that's the closest that we've actually got there. Blakey and Core, I think that battle could see its way through to the end.
Definitely. I think Core might just have it though. It seems like Blakey has used all of his ERS. Yeah, I will say the drivers have done well penalties-wise. Only 3 drivers with 3-second time penalties. And with that tight section at the end of Sector 2, surprised what I said about Sector 3. That's where you'll get it, just going over that curb a bit too many times. Not too bad.
I think they're doing very well all in all. However, more there in the AGC sandwich, I think, is our next biggest battle going on.
We've got a ball on board more now. Right as I say that, Oh, I've picked up a 3-second time penalty, so we cursed it. The commentators cursed him.
We did.
More tries around the outside of Walters. Doesn't get it done. And now he's going to have to sit behind him through this section. Walters takes a very tight line there, but it works out well. Behind him is Vernon as well.
It is. Foggy does have the benefit of experience on his side for this one, because whereas Walters and Vernon are quite new to the intercore championship, Foggy, I think he's got a sneaky trick up his sleeve here that he's just waiting to put out.
I think Moore has experience on everyone. He was driving F1 games before they had wheel support or good graphics.
I will refrain from telling you what my first F1 game was then. Moving swiftly on.
Probably on the DS or something.
No, try NES.
Oh,
Yes.
well, at that point, it's just pixels, though. Does that even count? Well, I mean, all this is pixels, I guess, but it's like 8-bit pixel.
Yes, 8-bit was the height of technology back then. So before you start, yes, I do know what it feels like to have Centurion as a rank, not a fighting vehicle.
Oh no! I'm sorry, I had to cut you off.
Oh no!
Werner just absolutely smacked the wall, and is got Foggy caught up in that as well. So no matter how much experience you have on your side, a broken car in front of you, there's nothing you can do. And
absolutely nothing.
I don't know if that's going to cause a late safety car. Walters has retired from the session, and Moore has no front wings. Have to go to the pits now.
Yeah, he's going to have to. I'm going to have to create him for that one, I'm afraid.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, to be fair, that wall did come out of nowhere. Did you not see it move?
It did.
3 laps left to go. We've had 5 retirements at Miami here. I don't think it's been as much of a killer as Azerbaijan, but it's not been too much better. Too much better, I should say. I think Beck is slowly catching up to Hamilton and Cheravan. Darvill still absolutely clear. Blakey's actually managed to get past Corey, so that happened at some point. Both of them have used up all their ERS.
Yeah, they will be absolutely pushing toward the end now. Howarth being in the pits, is he going to come out with a fresh pair of softs?
Looks like it. Maybe go for a fastest lap point now. Maybe Moore will do the same. I think that's all they can do. There's going to be no safety car after this lap, so where they are is where they are. Charavan is almost breaking that 1 second gap to Hamilton. Almost. Beck's going to hope they start fighting so that he can maybe sneak into a podium spot.
Yeah, it's getting quite close now toward the end, and thankfully the weather has held off.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember that. It's just a cloudy day in Miami, which I feel like is rare. At least when I was in Miami, it was absolutely roasted.
I think this is their version of rain.
Oh, they've made a pretend bay and some pretend clouds as well, have they? Yeah, I love this track, though. Love this track. I'm sure a lot of the drivers don't. I know 5 that don't like this track. Their names are all grayed out on the leaderboard. So the closest battle on track at the moment is between Blakey and Corey, 6th and 7th. For Blakey, it would be his first point scoring position, or first for the RAC this season. For Corey, it would be some more points for the AMS and their battle on the constructors. And then our other battle is between P2, 3, and 4, and I feel like Beck has actually caught up to the back of Hamilton. So those hard tyres may have been the right choice, and now they're better than these two. I mean, it must be. The race pace says yes, but if you actually look at Beck's steering wheel, that 0% ERS, he is using it all. And if he's in these corners, he's using, and I believe these two have probably saved up a little bit of ERS. There's no flashing of the red light because they're getting ready for a last lap showdown.
They are. You really have to be tactical with that deployment to make sure you have that last bit in the bag, especially now as we're on the last lap.
We're on the final lap of the race, and that's our up into P11. Not that means much in the grand scheme of things, but tried on circuit. We'll give Darvill a little bit of screen time, but we'll go back for our battle for P2, 3, and 4. He's had hasn't had a lot of screen time after the second safety car. But once again, another fantastic drive, and he's just going to blitz the win. He won't take the fastest lap point, but I don't think he needs it.
Nah, but he might do it just because he's Darvill. It might be lonely up in P1, but he is consistently there, so you've got to give him credit where it's due.
Right, we're going back on board of the battle for P2, P3, and P4. Hamilton is in Charavan's gearbox right now, and all Beck wants is Hamilton to just give a little bit of an extra lunge that takes Charavan off the line and then cut back into the hairpin. That's what Beck wants right now.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Hamilton's just going to be that little
Charavan's used up all of his ERS, and Hamilton's got ERS and DRS. He's got to go for a lunge into the hairpin. He goes for it, thinks better of it, and doesn't get the move done, but Hamilton gets squarely out of the last corner, and it's not going to be Beck. He's going to take the podium away from Hamilton right on the last corner. So that's what he was waiting for. So Beck moves on to the podium. Wow, I knew something was going to happen between those three, and it did.
I was not expecting that.
P7. Blakey's going to secure P6, his first points for the RAC. What a drive from Blakey there. And a good amount of points for the RAC. Corey takes P7. Rita comes across the line in P8. With that 3-second time penalty, he's not going to change much. Schramper once again scores points in P9. Every race Schramper's been in, he's scored points for AMS. And Pavey comes across the line in P10. Being a third AMS driver, it would mean that Howarth would take the points, but because Howarth is a third infantry driver, it would mean that Vernon takes the constructor's point for the AGC. Further down the order.
Looks like the fastest lap has gone to Rowley as well.
No, Vernon or Walker scored. I said it was going to go to Vernon. But Cross has just jumped him because Vernon's had that 6-second time penalty, didn't he?
Yeah. So just waiting for more to cross the line now, and then that'll be a wrap.
Yeah, so Darvill takes P1. Once again, another win under his belt. Charavan in P2. Beck in P3. There'll be the 3 drivers we'll be interviewing. We'll also be interviewing the driver of the day, who we are very soon to find out who that is. Oh god, it's D-Sync, man. Okay. He's the one who suggested we should interview for driver of the day as well.